Hey everyone, so welcome to the Psychic Insight for the new moon in Gemini. So this is the new moon for May, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I noticed in meditation. So this new moon, the thing that I saw that was really coming up is an ability to create before you arrive somewhere. So you're able to create a future before you're anywhere near it. And so there's a lot of that that's happening. There's also a lot of going below and underneath the surface of things. So a lot of what you might be noticing that you're doing now is you're kind of double checking things, nurturing things, clipping cords where you need to, cutting things out if you have to. And this is out of different parts of your life. So you're really checking in, seeing how things are doing, kind of like you would with a plant that you might grow in your garden, but using that philosophy in your own life. Now, as you're doing this, you might kind of go backwards a little bit to make sure you didn't miss anything as you've been clipping, cutting, removing, adding as needed be and nourishing. So in this way, you do realize that you might have just missed something. So there is a sense of kind of going above everything and really getting a big world perspective. So as you do that, as you just kind of open your eyes up to the bigger picture, you suddenly realize what it is that you've been missing. And there is this thing that, really brings everything together. And it is this common thread that you finally discover about all of these different parts of your life that pulls it all together. Now, for some people, just throwing it out there, it might actually be you. It might actually be your voice. But for other people, it might be a different sort of thread. Now, as that happens and you realize what that is, your entire life begins to come together. And there's this sense of, you don't have to be on the outside kind of creating it and taking care of it and nurturing it and making sure it's working. You can finally just jump into your life. You can have it. And so during this new moon, there's this celebration of, oh my God, I finally did it. It is working. Everything's happening. And you are a part of your life. You're with your friends. You're having fun. You're laughing. You're creating. You're just really engaged with being in your life and you are loving it. Now, you might notice that towards the end of this new moon cycle, you decide you might want to step outside of this. Now, part of this is because you kind of want to get out while it's getting good. So there is a little bit of fear about being happy that comes up, but there's nothing really wrong here. It's just everything's going great and you're a little bit curious about the future. So there is this step forward and you're this great creator. But there is this leap that happens into the future. So you might realize that suddenly you can see what you want from 50 years from now. And you are really daydreaming about that. Now, you're not necessarily creating the path to it. You're not nurturing it in the same way you were nurturing your life before. But you really are sitting in the seat and understanding what it is that you really want for your future. And you can see exactly where you're headed. And so that's sort of what you're finding at the very end of the new moon cycle is that future aspect. And I'm sure that you'll begin working on getting yourself there. But for now, there's just this sense that you want to enjoy being there, being kind of away from where you're at right now and finding some space just for you, just for yourself, and just for your dreams. So I hope that you guys are having an amazing new moon because this is fantastic. This is a great time. Summer is starting. How wonderful is this that this is this time of really hopping into your life and really having what you've been working to have for so long. So this is great and wonderful news. If you like it, please like it, share it with your friends, leave comments below. I'd love, love, love to have your feedback as this is a brand new podcast series. And also leave any questions that you might have. And then you can also find me at any of the links right there in the notes. So again, Have a great new moon, guys, and I will see you on the next podcast episode. Much love.